everybody. Hello, ladies and guys as well. We know we have a few guys that tune in. Welcome to this week's Power of Women podcast. I am your host, of course, Teso the Starseed, and I'm joined by my fabulous co-host,
Tori Jae.
Tori, the motherfucking boss J, the MFN boss J.
Hey guys.
So this episode we are getting into to be honest, what we're talking about, protection versus control, right? Is there a difference? Do they from men basically?
Right.
Is it, for me personally, I just don't think that women are helpless beings that really need to be protected. We need to be protected, obviously. Don't know. Let me rephrase that. We are obviously being killed at a higher rate. They are attacking us. You know, we need to be protected, right? But I just feel like our protection really lies on us. That when men talk about they're protecting us, a lot of the times they're just using it as an excuse to control us. It's just control. Your protection is control. You don't want to protect me. You want to control me.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I don't really even ascribe to the notion of, oh, I'm this helpless woman. When a man says, oh, I'm here to protect me from what?
Yeah.
What are you protecting me from though? Because when I really need you to protect me, again, from other men, it's always from other men. A lot of the time you don't even step up. Right. You only talk about protection when it is to fuel your ego or your need to oppress and suppress me. Then it's like, I'm trying to protect you. It's protecting me. And we love it. We say it like we're helpless beings that can't protect ourselves. We absolutely can protect ourselves. In fact, if we take our protection into our own hands, we probably would be doing a better job than to be relying on these men to protect us, because clearly they've shown that they cannot protect us.
Right. Which is why we're still suffering the way that we do.
This is why we're still suffering.
One of the main reasons I wanted to have this conversation is because I know so many women that confuse the two.
Right.
And I saw this post earlier, girl. The guy was the question was, would you allow your man to do this? Matter of fact, you might have seen it. I posted it a few days ago. So this girl was doing like this little challenge, like you turn around and you twerk.
I saw that.
Let the booty cheeks. That. So she was about to do the challenge, and as soon as she turned around, before she could even do anything, he snatched her hair off and was like yelling and like going in on her. And, you know, when you look at the comments, obviously a lot of women were like, no, but a lot of men, the scary majority was like, you know what? That's normal. Like, he's trying to protect her. That's his woman. She doesn't need to be doing those things. He doesn't want other women
from what?
From other men. He doesn't want other men looking at her and all these other things. But it's like, no, you just.
But if the men look at her, what would happen?
Yeah.
That's right. Honestly, if that's true, if that's fine. If the men look at her, what will happen? She becomes dirty.
What happens when you look at other women? That's how you knew what the challenge was in the first place.
Yeah.
So what would happen if you looked at other women? But God forbid she does it. But you're looking at it. But God forbid she does it. It's just a challenge.
We can't even dance. Like, you see what I mean? Every time we talk about these conversations, people say we're crazy, but we can't even dance. Without a man thinking he's entitled to tell us how we can dance, and in society, including other women as well, and obviously the large majority of men now telling us that, well, no, you shouldn't be dancing like that anyway, because you have a man. Not in general, they say you shouldn't dance like that anyway, but especially when you have a partner. Oh my God.
Especially when you have a partner. And it's funny because I used to do that too. I was a lot more reserved when I had a partner, and I'm like doing my thing. I'm like, you know, you get in line real quick. They come in line and you're like, not act like that while he's around. Cute. Let me just act a little more composed when he's around. It's like, composed. Niggas are so wild. Like, what are we doing? What are we talking about here? Matter of fact, there was another post I saw, and there was this guy. I guess he does music. I don't know what he does, but I didn't know who he was. And he told his girl, beautiful girl, he told his girl that she needed to delete her socials for them to, you know.
I think I sent you that. What's his name? Is a UK guy.
Is that's where he
married her? He's from the UK, yeah. Girl. He married her. Young Ads or something like that is his name.
Oh, so they're married.
I don't know, but that's what the post said. The post said, I married this queen and told her to delete all her. And I was just like, you are on social media telling us that you told her to come off social media. Like, oh God.
Right. But then the comments is what really got to me, because all of the men in there were justifying, you know, the behavior, like, well, he makes his money off of socials. He's an artist. He has to stay on social media. And I'm like, no.
So then don't tell her to come off.
Why would you tell her to? Yeah.
Don't tell her to come off, then you can both
why
be
do you
on.
feel like you have that much power over another human being? Because most men will look at a woman crazy for saying delete your social media. Like, why do you feel like you have the authority to do that?
Because they do.
Well, because they do it.
They get allowed. Clearly, she's clearly off social media.
Yeah.
Like, and the thing is, it's just because they have to feel
That's
powerful.
So scary. It's scary though, because when you think of like most really abusive relationships anyway, men become very slowly and gradually. Excuse me. They become very gradually controlling and abusive. It's like you slowly start to spend more time with them, which is nice. But then it's at the cost of, or the expense of, not spending as much time with your family and friends and loved ones. Right. You tend to be ostracized. That's just another level of ostracizing somebody. Right. Like, you can't connect with anybody. You can't express yourself. I don't want you seeing anything.
It's exactly what it is.
And it's like, she could do business too, or she could connect with people like that too. It's like, why would you want to sever her ties or sever something that she had? Like, it makes no sense to me. And it's so scary to me. That is controlling. It's normalized.
Yeah, it's so controlling. That's not protection.
That's not protective.
What does she need protection you know
what protective
is
to me? Protective is you having conversations with your homeboys when they're saying disgusting things, and you saying it with your chest. The same way you walk up to a woman, you telling a nigga with your chest, like, no, that's not okay.
That's protection.
Or I don't think that's funny. Or I don't think treating her like that is cool. I don't think that's cool. That's protecting the woman. Those conversations you have behind closed doors when we're not around, not for clout. You're not doing it for more women to like you, because a lot of men do those things just for the attention of us, and it's not even sincere. So it's like, have those conversations when we're not around. Talk to your boys, check your boys. When you hear men saying how I convinced her, eventually I got her to see, tell him that he's a rapist. Like, do that. That's protecting us. You see a man outside disrespecting a woman, and you're not trying to get sex from her, she has nothing to do with you, and you tell that dude to get out of her face. That's protecting us. Like all this, like,
not infringing on our freedom. When they infringe on your freedom,
that's
and
not
your ability to move, that's not protection. That's control. Abusive
Straight
control.
Do
you know what I mean? But when they actually, like you said, when they're actually advocates for your freedom and for your autonomy, then that's protection. That is the only kind of protection that you really you should be accepting from them. Because anything else is just, and it reminds me, there's a video, it was out years ago now. Do you remember in Dubai, you know that Nusrat, whatever it's called, I don't know what it's called, but Salt Bay. This food looks repulsive to me. Ugh. But Salt Bay, that everybody loved in Dubai, the guy that does the hand, and he has a
and he like drops it on like the
that
meat,
one,
and it don't look seasoned at all.
Oh God,
it don't even be looking seasoned, girl.
And it's just sickening. But it makes me cringe.
As a previous meat eater, it does not look.
I'm not.
Like
do you know what I mean?
Something I would have eaten.
Like, literally, it looks so unappetizing to me. I'm like,
and I don't want you, touching my food and playing with my food like that.
And like, bruh, and then again, they really don't know how to cook.
They be nasty anyway.
Oh, and then he had some sauce that he was pouring, and I was, oh my God, yuck. But anyway, so he's like, a top chef in Dubai, and his restaurant is one that everybody wants to go to. And there was a video one time, and there was a black girl and a few of her friends, they were having dinner with him. And obviously to have dinner with him is expensive. And they're all having a good time. So she's dancing, she's twerking. Do you remember the video? I sent it to you. And then her boyfriend, I guess, comes and sees her, and the rage and the force in which he flies at her, she has to run away. He literally bruh.
Oh,
the rage and the force.
Yeah. Where somebody let him in the door?
Yes.
Oh my
God. And then
God,
all the comments were like, well,
that's what I didn't know that's where they were.
That. Yeah, it was there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how is that on what earth is that acceptable?
Right.
And the people are like, yeah, well, she shouldn't be twerking. For God's sake, let women dance how they want to dance, Father in heaven. So we can't
even if
dance,
you felt like she shouldn't be twerking, you feel like
you want
he can run up and abuse her. Man,
because she's his girlfriend. You see what I'm saying about, do we need to be in relationships with them? Because I'm your girlfriend now, I'm entitled to that abuse.
Right. Oh, that'd be crazy.
Because if I wasn't your girlfriend, You wouldn't think that you did not have the audacity to run up at me like that, but you want to run up on me, and society justifies it because I am your property.
Yeah. That's
Oh, bro,
all.
it's crazy.
That's
It
all.
is.
Because if we were to flip that narrative, most times, even when men are actually fucking up based on society standards of how relationships are supposed to look, even when men are actually fucking up, they still find a way to throw it back at you. Like he's cheating, or he done had a baby somewhere, or he's talking to you crazy, or he's not doing this and that, contributing. No matter what it is, they still find a way to say, well, it's your fault because you should have been doing this, or it's your fault because whatever. Like you're looked at as crazy. You know what I mean? I heard that so much growing up, like, oh, she crazy. She wants to control this, or women be arguing and nagging, or women want to, look through your phones, and women want to control who you talk to. I always hear that. So a lot of women tone that down, and a lot of women put themselves in these positions where they stop speaking about things because you don't want to turn him off. You don't want to make him not like you. You don't want to push him away. You want him so bad that you disregard, even though a lot of those things aren't healthy anyway. I don't condone those things, but he is allowed to do those things to you, and you're not allowed to do those things to him. It's controlling. That doesn't work. Why would that is so unequal? It's controlling. Protective is very clear and obvious. You can see, unfortunately, a lot of people can't see the difference, but you should be able to see the difference in protection versus control. You know what I mean? Like if it's something you would do yourself normally, then allow yourself to express yourself and live your life. If somebody comes in and tells you not to do something that you would be doing otherwise normally, that is control. And I'm not talking about like you have diabetes and you have somebody saying, hey, maybe you shouldn't eat that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about very obvious and clear, like control in other areas of your lives. So,
but even then as well, let's go back to that diabetes point as well, because even if I do have diabetes and you tell me, again, you can say, I don't think
you can give a suggestion, right?
But you can't tell me.
You can't force anybody to do anything, right?
You still can't do that. They're still controlling, like, because it's like, no. Let people make their own decisions, especially women. Like let women just live. Right. Let them make their own decisions. Like, you don't get to think for us. You don't get to decide how we live our lives and how we show up in this world. Right. Like, it's not fair.
Right.
And we shouldn't really aspire to have, and a lot of us do. I used to feel like that, they say it now. I hear people say it now, and it just makes me cringe. I need a man to tell me what to do. I need a man to take charge, right? I hear that a lot.
Me too.
And I never feel like I need a man to take charge. I used to.
Yeah.
A lot. Oh my God. Yeah.
You need somebody to deal with you because you got a big personality. I need somebody that's gonna be able to deal with me.
Right. Like you're a dog, or like you need to be, are you a wild animal
that needs to be tamed? You need to be tamed. Like, yeah.
Unbelievable. And we say that. I used to say that all the time.
Me too.
But now I see it, and I'm like, when I hear that, I'm like, I do not want anybody to think that he's gonna come into my life and take charge. No.
Right.
We're going to be equal here, bro.
Yeah.
In fact, in my life, I have precedence over you in my life, and you should have precedence over me in your life.
Right.
At no stage will I ever let you believe that you have precedence over me in my life, and your opinion is more important than mine. It is absolutely not. Period. And I find that when I say that, they're like, oh my God. Oh, what do you mean? You mean a man cannot control you? Why do you want to control me? It's my life. God did not bring me on this planet for you. Like, I'm like, you guys have real issues. The problem is your ego is fed by our supposed weakness.
Right.
Like, you feel like a man when you are telling a woman what to do and controlling her. You just feel,
she needs to be subservient to you.
Yeah.
For you to feel
power over her. And then women is problematic. We don't need men like that. That's not what you need. Like, you are a whole human being who can think for herself and can make her own decisions. Like, I'm not saying that you don't have to consult with other people. If you want to, you can consult with your partner, of course. Like, you sent me a video the other day even, and it said, the married friends, when they start saying, I need to ask my husband for everything that you want to do. Everything that you want to do, you no longer have autonomy to make a decision.
Right.
And it's kind of accepted as the norm, right? We think, okay, yeah, that's it's a good relationship, it's communication. But fucking hell, do you have to ask your husband before you wipe your ass? That's kind of mad.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't.
And I really don't think
if y'all have plans,
well,
you have plans. The same way if I have plans with you, I have plans with you. So I'm
do you know
going
what I
to
mean?
adjust my schedule accordingly. But before I go and do something, I have to now ask somebody.
Ask you.
No, I make plans and I'll let you know. Like, hey, I'm doing
this is
something.
what I'm doing. Exactly.
Yeah, just letting you know. So if you want to go ahead and do your own thing for dinner tonight, you know what I mean?
Amazing. That's exactly what I mean. Like, make your plans and let them know. But for you to be like, you know, 1 second, I need to ask him if that's okay.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
And I've done that. And I felt like I had to, I did in the kind of relationships that I was in. And, you know, I think a big part of that comes too, because I have been in more than one abusive relationship. They've looked different.
Yeah, different kinds of abuse.
Similar and different in a lot of ways. But I had experienced abuse early. So especially sexual abuse. So when it comes to like us wanting this abuse of attention from men, I'm comfortable. I was comfortable. It is
abusive
there.
attention.
Yeah, it is. I was very comfortable in those places. If it's sexually and you're being like abusive, like during sex, you want to grab me, you want to choke me, you want to real rough play me, I'm comfortable there because that was my first experience. I didn't know anything else, even though I'm super sensual and I prefer sensuality and real intimacy. But I was always very comfortable with that. And that's what I wanted. And that's what they would give. But you know, I noticed that how that is played out in my life and how me being in these toxic situations made me think that it was just so normal. And that's just a man, you know, a man really loves you and really cares about you when he's crazy about you, when he's jealous. And that's not true. It's not true. It's never been true. That's not how we show love. You can't do that to your friend. You can't walk up and hit me and talk to me crazy and tell me what I can and can't do. Nobody in your life should have that kind of power over your life, because let's say some of you have whatever you think is a normal version of that. Okay. Where it's normal, where he's not beating on you, but you think you all have a normal relationship. When it goes from that to extremely controlling and you look up and you're like, how did I get here? I can't do anything. I'm afraid. I don't know how to leave. And it's really toxic. That process, it could always go that way. And how do you know that your situation won't go that way? How do you stop it? How do you prevent it? You do that by demanding your respect and putting your boundaries in place.
Put the boundaries in place from the jump. Like, period. As soon you say and you watch how they react to your boundaries. If people don't respect your boundaries, it's not an invitation that you're supposed to drop them or lower them. It means they're not meant to be in your life. If someone is not going to respect your boundary, bye. It doesn't mean that, okay, let me now, because I was talking to a friend of mine who is in a situation with a guy that is just so problematic. He's been problematic for years. And something that stuck out to me that she kept saying is, you know, but, you know, my pride and ego, he would do something that was problematic to her. And, you know, and she'd feel bad and she'd want to speak up. But then she'd say, well, you know, I didn't, because I thought maybe it's my pride and my ego. Let me get it in check. And I said to her, no, you can't. It's not your pride or your ego. You're allowed to say, I do not want to be treated like this, or what you're doing does not make me feel good. That's not pride or ego. It's a narcissist that would tell you that that is pride and ego. You setting boundaries is you having too much pride. Absolutely not. And if anybody sees your boundaries as you having too much pride or too much ego over, basically because you're not allowing their disrespect, they need to leave your life. They need to leave. They should not be in your life. You literally deserve to have a peaceful, healthy environment around you. You're allowed to live how you want to live. And people can either respect that or go and be in someone else's life. It's really not that serious.
Right.
And we have to ask ourselves, why do we crave that kind of attention? You know, because if maybe we do. So I've heard people tell me before, I actually had a friend of mine saying that, and I think recently she changed her mind, but she used to always say, you know, I like guys that are assholes. At least I know I like them. And I used to be like, what? You see, it's very problematic.
Yeah, you're comfortable with the disrespect.
Yeah. She's like, well, at least that way they're not pretending they're doing it in my face. No, don't even how dare they be disrespectful in your face like that, and you accept that and say that's okay.
Yeah, if you're going to say great, then say great and walk away, because a lot of them will disrespect you and they will hide it. So if he's going to disrespect it to your face and you're happy about that, be happy and walk away. Like, why would you?
Don't stay.
Why are you saying that you deserve that? Why do you think you deserve that?
Why do you think that that's something that you deserve? And so many women
you can't disrespect him like that.
You couldn't. You really couldn't.
He holds
but that's
himself
the
to that
problem. We
standard.
always feel like we are less than them. That's the biggest problem.
Yeah.
So many women say, say things. They say the same thing. Let him lead.
Yeah.
He's meant to lead. Why
Yeah.
are you so obsessed with leading, baby girl? Because they've told you that you are valueless.
What if you send me? What have men led successfully?
Again, power talks. Let's get into that. Nothing. They don't lead anything. But
they lead a lot. But what do they lead successfully?
Yeah, that's true. They're not really.
They lead everything.
They lead it into chaos and destruction. Mm-hmm. That's what they do. Everything is always chaotic and destructive. They really do not know.
Only thing they're not leading in is who is the most abused and most disrespected and the most. Yeah. We're leading in that, but other than that, they lead everything else.
Yeah, and look at the state of society. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, if they were really truly leading, you would see it, but we see that they cannot lead. They don't know how to lead. So what is it that, and it's not what is it, because we know it's society, but you have to see that why do you find yourself so worthless or so beneath this other gender that you believe that you are not capable of leading yourself. You are not capable of making these decent decisions. You need him to validate and make you worthy, or to make decisions for you, or to lead you. That's problematic.
Yeah, it is.
Like, they're meant to compliment you.
Yeah.
If they're next to you, they are actually meant to compliment you. They're not supposed to take over your whole life.
Yeah.
And you have to ask yourself that question, because I know, as women, I've had a few friends that say, and I say it too, I'm like a Miss Get It Done. You are too. Like, I get things done. I get things popping. Like, whatever I want to do, I get it done. You ask me, Tess, get this done, it's done. And that's how I live my life. So obviously, I myself and other women as well, at times you think, oh, I don't want to be doing that all the time. I want somebody that I can call and be like, listen, I need to get this done.
Yeah.
Can you do it? I beg you, do it for once. Take it to remove the burden from me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Cool, right? Like, there's nothing wrong with wanting that, but they're not supposed to now come and take over everything in your life. Right. That's just an assistance. Like, you have assistance when you need assistance, right? You don't always want to be carrying such a heavy burden. Mm-hmm. But in the same way you can share the load with a friend, is the same way you should share the load with your partner, in a respectful, mutual way.
Yeah.
You can't give people control over your life like that. And when you're giving people control over your life like that, or you're craving that control, you have to ask yourself, why am I craving the control?
Right.
Why do I think that this is normal? You need to do the why theory. Ask yourself why. Keep going in and in and in, and get to the root cause, because you often find that it comes from some form of abuse, either from the family, friends, society, whatever. Something has caused you to feel like that and think that that's normal, but it's not normal. It's not normal at all. You're a valid human being. You're capable of making your own decisions. You're capable of living your life. Nobody should ever come and forcefully take over your life, tell you what you can and cannot wear, where you can and cannot go, how to dress. Even like the Kanye and Kim thing, when they were Kanye, again, the relationship, when you look back on it, it was quite clear that this is where he was going anyway from the beginning, because the first time, as soon as they got together, he cleared out her wardrobe. I don't even know who he thinks he is, what kind of fashionista he thinks he is, the audacity, but he got her a brand new wardrobe. And I remember at the time, all of us were like, even me, I was like, wow, that is so lit. Like, that's what I'm talking about. If you don't like how I dress, get me a new wardrobe. No.
It's not,
no, how dare
weird.
you?
It's weird because I remember he did a video, and I had actually liked the song, but he did a video where she's like on the front of his motorcycle and she's like titties out. And then later on, he's like speaking. She's like riding on his motorcycle, but she's facing him. She's like laying back.
I remember that.
And like her titties are out. And then he moves forward saying he doesn't like the way she dresses. She dresses too sexy.
Right.
And I'm like, how do you do that? So when you say it's okay. When you say it's not okay,
it's
or if
not
you have
okay.
a change of heart, she has to change or adjust according to how you're feeling based on how you woke up. Like, man, please.
Like, absolutely, like, completely just. And I heard women say that all the time, like when their partners are overly critical about what they're wearing. And I'm like, first of all, you need to tell them to shut up. Because to me, that's a form of abuse.
It is.
Because you know me and you know how I dress and this is how I am and I like it. If you do not like it, go and find somebody that you do like, but you're not going to come and change me. Like, why do you think you're entitled to tell me how to dress? You know? And they're like, no, well, you know, he bought me a brand new wardrobe because he just didn't like how I dress. So
no.
That's a toxic baby girl. No. Don't let anybody, like, they can't come into your life and tell you that. Unless you want a new wardrobe. That's different. If you want a new wardrobe and even then, no. Don't come and tell me I should change my wardrobe. Let me ask you. Like, even then, you can't come to me and tell me that, oh, I don't like your wardrobe. I think your clothes are trash.
Right.
In what world, brother? Like, why would you be saying that to me? No, don't say that to me. No, I might say to you, I want some new things. The fact that we think
it's okay is what's real sad to me. Like,
yeah, and we see it as love.
We have to stop going into relationships feeling less than, in every way, and less than a man when we get into these situations. That's why we allow them to do so much,
to do things like that. Because we feel so inherently unworthy,
or you feel like you can't find another one, and there's some qualities you like about this one, so you're like, well, I'll take what comes with it because I want him so bad. I'll put up with the abuse. I'll let him come back and act crazy because, I love him.
What do you love again? Yeah.
And somebody said it. I don't remember if we talked about it before, but somebody said it, that she likes for her men to be abusive. One of these little girls online on social, she likes for her men to be abusive. Don't let her leave if y'all breaking up and trying to fight. Pull out a gun on me, act crazy. And Boosie told a story the other day recently. He was saying that one time his baby mama talking. Girl, he be running his mouth, girl. He be talking, girl. He need his own show. But he said that one of his exes, one of his kids' moms, I think she was threatening to leave him. And I'm sure because she was sick of his shit.
Right.
And she was threatening to leave him. And he said, if you leave, I'll kill you. And he had all his homeboys pull up outside her house. And had their guns out and stuff like that. He said, I wasn't gonna do nothing to her. I just want to scare her. He said, but she didn't go. And even if in your sick mind you felt like, I know I'm not gonna really hurt her, I just want to scare her. The fact that you feel like you can inflict that kind of trauma on somebody and then that's okay.
To make
that's
them
so
stay
traumatizing. Like, damn, I feel like this nigga gonna really kill me. And guess what? Even if you were joking, so many men actually do.
They do kill us, yeah.
I'm now
and in
terrified.
Fact, you're not joking. You're a liar. If that was for that to be your reaction, and you are violent, that's a violent reaction. You're not physically violent, but that's it's physically violent as well. As far as I'm concerned, you didn't touch me, but that's real violence. Like, that's literally showing a try me.
Yeah.
And because you're saying you're joking, but you know for a fact that in this moment she doesn't even know that you're joking. You're not even joking because why is that an option?
Why
that's that's a different kind of violence that you're inflicting on her in that moment.
And if you that bomb, she'll come back. You guys will grow apart, do what y'all need to do, and you guys will come back together. Why do you feel the need to force somebody to be with you? I know another girl that I know, she had a similar situation. Like, she's like done with this guy. She's like, I'm done with him. And he popped up on her. Like, I think she went like almost 2 weeks without speaking to him, or a few weeks or something like that. And he popped up on her. And it's crazy to me because I was like, girl, what happened? She was like, girl, we just went home and, he had me on my back. And I'm like, all right, girl, well, as long as you know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't really know what to say. That might be like, protect yourself, sis. Just make the decisions. Make sure you're happy.
They're so dangerous as well. The ones who do things like that, like Boozy, you're a psychopath. The ones who do things like that, they will eventually kill you or hurt you or do serious damage to you because they don't have a limit.
Yeah, and then when you have kids with them, they use your kids. They always have to say that women use kids as pawns. Please. Oh my God.
That is their speciality.
You know how many men I know that don't want to be in their children's lives only because the woman doesn't want to fuck with them? Like, they're okay with writing the child off completely because she has nothing to do with them.
Absolutely. Or if they have beef with the mother, they have beef with the child. They really do not know how to separate.
Yeah. Or they want to use the kids for like photos to show other people that they're like good dads or whatever. But it's like, you really could give a fuck less about your kid because you're not really involved like that, or you don't contribute financially. So it's a lot of them do that anyway. It's just different ways that they try to control women.
Yeah.
So
And
Yeah.
it's never okay, ladies, you know, it's not
Not.
like, it's not okay. We don't need to be controlled. You're not a computer system. Like, you have your own brain, you know. That's not what makes a relationship sweet, or that's not what shows his love. As a matter of fact, guys should look at, what do you think, Jazz? We need to do an episode on what is love. You know, we should. I think we'll talk about it, guys, in one of our upcoming episodes, because, you know, yeah, we should talk about it. It's something that I find that, as women in particular, men too, they have no clue, but in particular, we don't actually know what is love. And love is something that is very objective. Yeah, we know. Is it objective? Subjective. But there are basics, you know, and all of these things that we've been taught that are love or show love clearly do not. In fact, a lot of them are very toxic and show the very opposite of love. So yeah, we should definitely have an episode where we talk about this. I think, guys, stay tuned. We're gonna
Yeah,
we're gonna
definitely
delve
stay
into
tuned.
it.
Definitely stay tuned. When we do
Yeah,
that, I want to highlight some of those movies that we used to like
all
look
of
at and
all the
idolize. Like all kind of movies
yeah.
and songs, especially from the 90s, girl. We were just
Oh
in
my
love
god,
with it and it was
the
so
most
toxic.
toxic ass. I was listening to, who was I listening to the other day, and I said, oh, what a shame. I think it was Joe. One of his songs anyway, and I was like, oh god, all of these toxic people that I used to love.
I love
And you know, you
him.
call it 90s R&B, because 90s R&B was so sweet, like,
Yeah, it was. It was
but
nice.
a lot of the things that they're saying in the songs, it's just like, what are you talking about? You're so
Yeah.
toxic. That's not love. I cheated. I know
No.
I cheated on you, but I love you. I know I took the piss, but I love you.
Yeah. And
Take
it's
me back.
crazy.
You have to take me
It's
back.
this weird, it's this weird thing, like that cognitive dissonance that, when I was starting to really understand my own self-love and understand what love is not and what controlling and abusive and toxicity look like, I started to really pay attention to everything around me. I started paying attention to kids' movies. I started paying attention to
Mm.
our movies that we loved, our love movies back in the day, our
Yeah.
love music back in the day. And when I hear certain songs, it puts me in that place when I was a kid and I love these songs and I'm like, start dancing to them. And sometimes I just stop and I listen to the words and I'm like, this is so trifling. Like, this is so trifling. Even the movies. I used to love the movies. I
Yeah.
used to love like
Me too.
certain movies. You're like, oh my God, like that's
Wow.
nice.
Yeah. You look
But
at it
then when
now,
you
it's like,
watch it, you're
what?
like, no,
Yeah, yeah, this is terrible. Yeah, no, we
no,
have to
that's
get into it. We're
crazy.
gonna keep the juiciness for that episode for real. We're gonna get
Yeah,
into that.
definitely,
We're gonna break it
definitely,
down
definitely.
because there's so many of
Yeah,
them.
there'll be great examples because a lot of those things
Yeah,
we still look at as love today. We think that it's romantic,
exactly,
but they taught us to think like that. That's the point of
exactly,
indoctrination and like programming. So,
exactly, absolutely.
but anyways, ladies, I will say this: like the most important thing is to be happy and to be safe and to be able to make those decisions for yourself
Right.
and define those things for yourself. And I know we all want to be loved, and I know we all want to be happy. We all want like this great romance. Find that within yourself first. That would be my first bit of advice. Find that
Right.
within yourself.
And it's
And
not cliche. It sounds cliche, but it's not. It's the
it
very
does, but
honest
it's
truth.
not.
Like, it's the
Yeah,
truth.
find that, man.
Yeah.
Find that love within yourself and pay attention to little things. If you meet somebody and you like them, I know how we get when we meet people. It's like it's the honeymoon phase. You might be having sex and you might think it's bomb. You might, it might be certain things that they do that you're like, oh, it's just nice to have this. Enjoy it. But when you start
Yeah.
to see things, don't ever be afraid to lose somebody so much so that you're afraid to stand up for yourself and say that this is not okay. I draw the line at this. You
Right.
are the boss of your own world. Be the boss, girl. You a
Absolutely.
boss. Check that shit
Mm-hmm.
and don't deal with
Right.
that shit. And don't ever
Right.
fear not having, another opportunity or not being able to meet another man. Because I've heard that too much. Women say, oh, there's not a lot of men out here. The dating pool is so small. Girl, bump that. You are a boss.
Right.
You will meet
Right.
and manifest whatever it is that you want, however you want that to
Right.
look, but you will not
Right.
manifest it if you continuously allow people to cross your boundaries and if you
Right.
continuously
Right.
put your feelings aside to
Right.
accommodate somebody else's. So that would
Right,
be my bit
man.
of advice for you
Yeah,
ladies. You
man,
deserve it.
definitely.
Yeah.
Like, because we do. And also to add to that as well, even if we have to get really comfortable with being on our own, if we cannot find what makes our soul joyous, like, don't think to yourself, okay, well, he's doing this and he's doing that and it doesn't make me happy. But like you said, it's not a lot of men out there and he does. I mean, this part that he does is not so bad. So no, it's honestly better to be on your own than to be in a situation like that. Why would you put yourself through that? Because you feel like you need to be coupled up with somebody. Yeah, but you want to be coupled up with somebody that treats you nice and makes you feel amazing. So if this person is making you feel all of these negative emotions, why do you feel like you have to stay with him? You don't. It is honestly better to be on your own. And in that way, like Jazz said, you give yourself a chance to invite in the new, inviting what you do want. Because when you're tolerating these things, you're not putting out the energy of what you want. You're putting out the energy of what you don't want. And you're not allowing what you want to come into your life. But once you now start to get rid of these things and people who don't benefit you, then you're making space for the good to find you, you know? Yeah.
We deserve it. And we deserve it.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. Like, honestly, ladies, we're healing our trauma, because we always say there's so much trauma in the lineage of the divine feminine. And it starts with each of us individually, you know? Like, you are responsible for your own healing. So start to choose you. Start choosing you, and you matter. Start choosing you, ladies, you know?
Oh, that's right. And on that note, ladies, as always,
We
it
out.
has been absolutely beautiful. Make sure you follow us at the Pow Podcast. Write us, send us messages, ask us questions. You can now ask Pow. And if you have missed any of the previous episodes, go check them out, ladies. Go check them out.
Yes.
And we will talk to you soon. See you
next time. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.